So with the Lego Batman movie coming out this weekend, I decided to do my top 5 best Batman movies. And just let you guys know, none of this is fact, it's just my opinion on my top 5 best Batman movies, so don't send me any death threats in the comments below, just don't, it's too mean. Okay, so, enough with the intro, let's start the video. Okay, so, number 5, and number 5 is Batman Returns. I actually rewatched this movie a few days ago, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. Batman Returns, well, it's not a great movie. I think it's a good movie. There are some problems in it. Like, for example, the story is a little unfocused, and Christopher Walken's character didn't really serve that much of a purpose in it. But other than that, Tim Burton did a great job directing it. You can tell while watching this movie, he directed it, because it is dark. And Michael Keaton did a great job as Batman. Danny DeVito he killed it as Penguin, and Michelle Pfeiffer is great as Catwoman. Alright, moving on to number 4, and number 4 is The Dark Knight Rises. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but this is just my opinion. I don't think The Dark Knight Rises is as great or as compelling as Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. For example, this movie is a bit too long. It's almost 3 hours long, and the ending, I don't want to give anything away, but it totally confused me. But other than that, I absolutely adore The Dark Knight Rises. I think it has a great story. I think it's a great conclusion to the Dark Knight trilogy, one of the best film franchises of all time, and I think the cast is great. Michael Keaton, Christian Bale did a fantastic job as Batman. Tom Hardy, well, he is a bit too hard to understand sometimes, is phenomenal as Bane, and Anne Hathaway is fantastic as Catwoman. I actually think she's better than Michelle Pfeiffer. Right, moving on to number 3, and number 3 is Batman Begins. So after the failure of Batman and Robin, the Batman film franchise was pretty much dead until Christopher Nolan decided to take Batman and reboot it. And he did it in the best way possible. Boy, did Nolan knock it out of the park. The reasons why I love this movie is because of the cast. Christian Bale is fantastic as Batman. Michael Caine is great as Alfred. And Liam Neeson, I forgot what his character's name was, but if you can remember it, just comment it below. I forgot his character's name, but all I remember is his performance was great. Yes, if I did have a problem with it, it does slow down a little bit between the second and the third act, but that's just a nitpick. Batman Begins is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. Just stop watching this video and go watch Batman Begins right now. All right, moving on to number 2. And number 2 is Batman. If you guys didn't know, Batman is my favorite Tim Burton movie of all time. In fact, that is the Blu-ray right there behind me, as well as Batman Returns right there. Never forget when I first watched Batman. I was going into 7th grade, it was that summer, the summer of 2013. When I first watched it, I was obsessed with it. It instantly became one of my favorite movies of all time. One of the reasons why I love this movie is because it was a very different kind of Batman. It wasn't like the campy Adam West 1960s style, like that silly crap. It was legit dark. You can tell Tim Burton really wanted to make this movie over the top, and he did a great job with it. Props to you, Mr. Burton. The movie has a great cast. Michael Keaton kills it as Batman. In fact, he is my favorite Batman of all time. Sorry, Christian Bale, you're great, but your voice kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. And Jack Nicholson, well, he's not the best Joker. He's right up there with Mark Hamill and Heath Ledger. He is great as the Joker. Moving on to number 1, and my number 1 best Batman movie of all time is The Dark Knight. Obviously, Dark Knight is not only one of my favorite movies of all time, it's not only the best Batman movie of all time, but it's the best comic book movie of all time, period. The reasons why this movie is freaking great is because Heath Ledger as the Joker. Oh my gosh. That is one of the best performances by an actor in cinema history. It is so sad what happened to Heath Ledger. Like, every time I think about it, I get so sad. Rest in peace, man. I can literally watch The Dark Knight a million times and never get tired of it. That's how much I adore this movie. It's freaking amazing. If you have never seen The Dark Knight, stop what you're doing right now and go watch it. If you have seen The Dark Knight and if you don't like it, you're not human. I'm sorry. The Dark Knight is one of those movies that's impossible to hate. Alright, that's it for my top 5 best Batman movies. And I have a question for you guys. What are your favorite Batman movies of all time? Whatever they are, comment below and let me know. And my review of the Lego Batman movie will be up on Saturday night. And if you want to see more of my videos, just be sure to subscribe.